Welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the top stories. CBI conducts raid on the residential quarters of ex-director of RIMS, Dr. Sekazit, and other 9 places. The news in detail. As part of the investigation into the case of alleged irregularities in the purchase of 27 dental chairs and appointment of staff nurses, a team of the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI) today raided the residential quarter of ex-director of RIMS, Dr. Sekazit, and other 8 places in Imphal. The team, comprising about 30 officials led by a DYSP of CBI, conducted the raid on the residential quarters of Dr. Sekazit located on the premises of RIMS. The raid was also conducted on the office chamber of the director, storeroom, and the residential quarter of Professor R.R. Singh, who is said to have taken a major role in making purchase of the controversial dental chairs. The CBI team also raided Dr. Sekazit's house located at Yumnam Laikai Ngakrabam Leirak, the house belonging to his daughter, Dr. Hemona, who is working at RIMS as an anesthetist located at Sega Road, Takhilamam Laikai, and several other places either belonging to him or related to him. The raid began around 7 a.m. today and continued till late afternoon. It is learned that the CBI team interrogated not only Dr. Sekazit but also his wife, Dr. Damayanti, Chief Accountant Officer of RIMS, Devendra, and several other concerned officials. On the other hand, while the CBI team was conducting a raid on the residential quarter of Dr. Sekazit on the campus of RIMS this morning, 53 staff workers who were recruited as daily wage earners in 2011 came to the quarter to demand their pay for 4 months. They said they have not been paid their wages for 4 months since the last May. They are engaged in sweeping and cleaning the garbage on the campus. They are paid only 3,000 rupees per month. The wages are paid by Dr. Sekazit's wife, Dr. Damayanti, at the quarter. On the day of payment of the wages, products of a private company are also sold to them. Besides, 2 staff from Porompa Thawan Thapalaikai and Sagolban Moirang Lerak are engaged to do domestic works at the house of their daughter, Dr. Hemona. The daily wage workers expressed displeasure at the way they are being used as domestic workers. They also demanded their wages to be paid off at the earliest.
Daily wage that we have Pangdrise Kanodagi, May the Pangtabana August Pangdre. If Pangdrise Tamari, pending later, Koi season of open neighbors, hanging a letter, me even as another walking wang mother. Mana Quisi, Araba Minaidona, season A, and the year Quiki duty matam night day. Night duty Tahangibayaki, Sangai Festival Manunda, Adugamana, Tolop Tama, Anigi Pibada, among the Emogi Port, Gester, Sapon, Yonsenbi, and the Gito Mana, do you on better start leasing homes in Illinois, Nasana Sutapong, Gadrana Hiraga, Aquida Carva, Tambini business, Tambini Hiragamana, Adugi system, I depose a Yonsen, Lagita to Tavire. Quay Anigi winner, when you in a Kayana Takelkada. Takelkada Saktongan, Canano. Takelkada Saktongan is a Hemonagi.
Hemona is Canano.
Hemona is a Dr. Damayanti, Masanapi. Adugum the Sakton and Tare, a lang Maroy, Sida Ingam Zero, and Sella, so Amukshu Gai Pura till a tie. Namna Ivo. As the label is a Hemagata, the red later.
As announced by the JCILPS that public curfew has been imposed on the non-Manipuris from today, most of the shops and other establishments in Imphal run by non-Manipuris remain closed. However, any untoward incident has not been reported so far. Residents of Khangabok Part 3 in Thoubal district organized a tourist procession demanding implementations of inner line permit system in the areas of Khangabok last night. The procession, attended by representatives of different clubs, organizations and Mera Paibis, shouted slogans to implement the system in Manipur immediately. Now to national and international news. Carrying bags and some other belongings, thousands of people from the state have thronged the area outside the IAF base in anticipation of being airlifted out of the flood-ravaged Kashmir Valley. Some of them are lucky to find a place on IAF planes, but many keep waiting and security forces are having a tough time in controlling them. The Health Ministry has joined relief operations in Jammu and Kashmir by sending over 1,000 tons of medicines, water purifying plants and teams of doctors and experts to the flood-ravaged state. A 20-member clinical team comprising physicians, pediatricians and reproductive health specialists has been deployed in Srinagar, an official statement said, adding that a 10-member team has been there since September 10. Central Bureau of Investigation Chief Ranjit Sinha has filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court in response to the allegations made by senior lawyer Prashant Bhushan of interfering in the 2G scam probe. Sinha has filed the affidavit in a sealed envelope. Bhushan had filed a petition in the Supreme Court seeking its direction to Sinha to rescue himself from investigation and prosecution in 2G case, alleging that he is trying to protect some influential accused in the scam. Bhushan had also submitted the original entry, guest diary, of the CBI director's residence, saying it will be destroyed and hence he is depositing it with the court. To this, Sinha had asked the SC to disclose the source from which he got all the documents. Had the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh insisted on transparency, the course of political history of this country would have been different. Had he stood steadily by his beliefs, the fate of the Indian economy would have been very different. These are some of the scathing observations made by former Controller and Auditor General Binod Rai in his yet-to-be-released book, Not Just an Accountant, a critique of the government that appointed him as well as a spirited defense of the office and role of the CAG. Citing some confidential correspondence, he has listed how in case study after case study, whether it is the 2G case, Commonwealth Games, allocation of coal blocks, or the functioning of Air India, motivated decisions, and cronies emerging out of the turf are to blame. 3 Lok Sabha and 33 Assembly seats are going by polls on Saturday, with the results crucial for both the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, led by National Democratic Alliance, and opposition parties, who are yet to recover from the massive mauling in the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. The resignations of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Vadodara, Mulayam Singh Yadav from Manipur, and K. Chandrasekhar Rao from Madak Lok Sabha seats have necessitated the by-polls. Besides, these 3 high-profile Lok Sabha seats, 33 assembly seats are also going by polls across Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Assam, Gujarat, Tripura, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Sikkim. In the highly polarized UP, 11 assembly seats are going to by-polls. These by-polls are being dubbed as an acid test for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as the BJP has not fared very well in the by-polls held in the last few weeks after the party's huge success in the Lok Sabha elections. In the epic Ramayana, Lord Hanuman's extraordinary feats are limitless. In a life devoted to the service of Lord Rama, his accomplishments include carrying an entire mountain on one hand and vanquishing some seriously bad demons. In Rajasthan, he has been assigned a 12th-digit number as part of the government's Aadhaar scheme, which seeks to assign citizens a unique identity link to their biometrics and fingerprints. The card, issued in the name of Hanumanji, shows the deity wearing a crown and a string of pearls. It lists the card holder's father as Pawanji. The Ramayana describes Hanuman as the son of Vayu, the wind god. The card was delivered 4 days ago to the post office in the Sikar district of North Rajasthan. A mobile number on the application listed led officials to the person behind the divine fake identity. It took us 4 days to trace this address. It belongs to a boy called Bikas, but since he is not accepting it, we will send it back, said Bograj, the top official of the local postal department. A strong solar flare is blasting its way to Earth, but the worst of its power looks like it will barely skim above the planet and not cause many problems. It has been several years since Earth has had a solar storm of its size coming from sunspot smack in the middle of the sun, said Tom Berger, director of the Space Weather Prediction Center in Boulder, Colorado, US. The flare on the sun barely hits the extreme on forecasters' scale, but with its worst effects missing Earth, it is only looking potentially strong, at most when it arrives at Earth as a solar storm, he said. So while the power grid may see fluctuations because the storm will cause changes in Earth's magnetic field, it won't knock power systems offline, Mr. Berger said. It may cause slight disturbances in satellites and radio transmissions, but nothing major. The storm is moving medium fast, about 2.5 million mph, 4.02 million km per hour, meaning the soonest it could arrive is early Friday. But it could be later, Mr. Berger said. Let's see the top stories once more. CBI conducts raid on the residential quarters of ex-director of RIMS, Dr. Sekhazid, and other 9 places. Thanks for watching the news, and for more updates, please stay tuned.